Good morning, everyone. My name is Kayla Marino, and I'm with the Virginia SBDC network. For those of you that are not familiar with our organization, the Virginia Small Business Development Center is a partnership program between the U.S. Small Business Administration, George Mason University, and local host institutions throughout Virginia. With 27 locations across the Commonwealth, we provide trainings and technical assistance to small businesses in their communities. Our one-on-one counseling services are available at no charge. Today's webinar, Delivering a Premium Shop Small Experience During the Holiday Season, is presented by the Virginia SBDC network. We are also recording today's presentation, and it will be posted on our website, virginiasbdc.org. Due to the number of participants, everyone's mic is muted, but if you have questions during the presentation, you can type those into the Q&A box. We've also enabled the live transcript function, which you can show or hide via your meeting controls. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter for today's session. A published keynote speaker, Marc Willson, brings 4 decades of experience to bear helping retail, restaurant, and tourism-related small businesses refine and promote their concepts to the public. In 1975, Marc started his retail career as co-owner of the largest distributor of Earth shoes in North America. Since then, he's held executive positions with retailers such as Breeches of Georgetown, Crown Books, Wilson's Leather, Circuit City, The Bicycle Exchange, eCampus.com, and Store Tracks Inc. Most recently, he traveled to Dallas, Texas to open the world's first energy efficiency store for Current Energy LLC, a company funded by Ross Perot Jr. The Wilson Company was reestablished in 2009 as a small business strategy consulting group. Marc was contracted by the Virginia SBDC in 2009 as a retail and restaurant industry strategist, developing into a small business revivalist. He's traveled through the country, delivering the award-winning STAMP program with over 500 seminars and assisting over 3,000 retailers, restaurants, and hospitality businesses. So please join me in welcoming our presenter for today, Marc Willson.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for those kind words. Most of it's true. So I did establish the Wilson Company in 2009. It was my great-grandfather's company. And I resurrected his company. So when you see my business card from the Wilson Company, it says established in 1867. So I look pretty good for a couple hundred years old. But anyways, I have been a contract employee for the Virginia SBDC since 2009. And the STAMP program, stands for Small Town and Merchant Program. And it's won awards, and I've been teaching it now for many years. And I do pride myself in being current and up to date. So I update all my webinars yearly, even monthly, to be current and give you the latest trends and news as it relates to doing business in this wacky last 2 years that we've lived in. So without further ado, I'm going to move into the slides. Enough about me. And if you're wondering, that's what I look like. So I had at one time 105 clothing stores, so I do know how to put a coat and tie on, and I can get dressed up when necessary, but I don't typically get dressed up. You know, my wife sometimes says, why don't you wear a suit and a tie and everything? I said, because I'm in rural America. I don't want to overdress for my friends in rural America. I want to be part of them. So I, usually dress like they do. So without, no big deal. So where are we today? So it's interesting because the elephant in the room happens to be the pandemic. So what do I mean by that? Acknowledge the pandemic without naming the pandemic. What I'm saying is you need to provide a safe place for your customers to shop and for your employees to work. So we know that it's still here, but we also know it's currently in retreat, and that vaccinations are growing day by day, And we continue to move forward despite the setbacks with variants and Delta and all those things. And times are still tough, but you should no longer be in a firefighting mode. You should have pivoted well over a year ago, close to 2 years ago, with things that made you more relevant during the pandemic. And when we say pivot, we meant not only change the way you currently do business, but we also meant find some new revenue streams that you don't currently have, and adopt them or adapt them into your programs. And here, look, it's an opportunity. The bad news is some people in your town probably didn't make it through the last 2 years. So there may be some vacancies in town, and there may be some lapses in what your town has to offer their customers. So the stores that may have closed because of financial issues probably had some very good product categories that they sold very well. Well, I think the opportunity lies in the other stores that are still open and doing well to bring some of those categories into their store so that someone in town is still selling the popular products that the stores that are no longer with us. So I see that as an opportunity. So we're going to talk a little bit about the holiday season, although it's almost a day late and $1 short. It's the Monday of Thanksgiving, and it's the Monday of Small Business Saturday. It's the Monday before Black Friday, and it's the Monday before Cyber Monday. So we're here. It's here. It's already here. And one thing I want to emphasize is empathy and kindness and selling with joy, because people are happy to get back out and shop with you again. And you should recognize that, and that should be in the framework of your mindset, that people are overjoyed to be out again and want to get back with normalcy. But with that said, the caveat is you still have to provide them a safe place to shop. We don't want to go backwards. We don't want the surges in the pandemic. So don't spend a lot of time emphasizing the pandemic, but do be cognizant of being safe and a great place for your customers to shop. So what can we expect this holiday season? Well, let's talk about the pros and cons. First of all, pros. Over the last year and a half, new customers from the internet probably have found your business for the first time. So last Christmas, a good portion of our customers ended up shopping online. We were told in the middle of 2020 to not even leave our homes, and most people are working from home still. And we weren't seeing our friends, neighbors, colleagues, or relatives. We were holed up in our homes. So everybody's excited about getting out and shopping. But I say that with this caveat. You've got to be able to deliver to the customer in any manner in which they want to get their product this year. And there's 5 different ways for a customer to get their product from you. And you have to be able to do that. So first point, customers have found you that never found you before. So you should have a bunch of new folks coming into your store for the first time or shopping on your website for the first time. The other thing that's happened is local drivable tourism driving new visitors. Listen, we all know that over the past year and a half to 2, people haven't flown or traveled as much as they used to. So what have they done instead? They've gotten in their cars and begun to explore the states that they live in, or nearby states, or towns they've never been to before, on vacations and family outings. So you should have this whole new group of people that have traveled in and out of your town over the last year and a half. So this whole daycation phenomena is alive and real. The other thing that's live and real, and I want to emphasize through this entire webinar, is the fact that 80% of Americans plan to support small businesses this Christmas or this holiday season. And it's just not about Christmas. It's about Kwanzaa. It's about Ramadan. It's about Hanukkah. It's about all the different celebrations we have this time of year. So, and there's many different facets of gift giving. And the complexion of gift giving has changed some because so many people haven't seen their friends, neighbors, or relatives until recently. So this whole idea of connecting and reconnecting is huge, and it's affecting gift giving. And so is I'll talk about this in a minute, but so is the social economic issues of today's society. There is a huge divide, bigger than the last 10 years, of the haves and have-nots. And it's affected the way people are shopping. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And the last thing I want to address is Small Business Saturday. It's this Saturday. And for many small businesses, it's become the largest day of the year for them because they've planned it and they've made it an event, and it's unparalleled to anything else. Now, I'm not here to tell you that Small Business Saturday will necessarily be bigger than, say, the last 2 weeks going into the holiday, but it's a big shopping day. And I've collected 10 tips I want to share with you real quick about Small Business Saturday. Okay, you ready for these? Because they're not in the webinar, but I'm going to give you 10 tips right now. 1, download all the free marketing materials from American Express to market the event. So they have all sorts of swags and signage and tote bags and doormats and all sorts of things that are free for you to advertise Small Business Saturday. By the way, these 10 tips, I hope they're just a reminder or a way of me just going over the things that you ought to already be doing. So I don't mean you should start this list right now. I think you probably should have finished it. But if you haven't started, start it as soon as this webinar is over. So download all the free swag. Number 2, start immediately to hashtag all your posts and hash them with hashtag shop small, hashtag shop local, hashtag small business, hashtag handmade, hashtag support small business, hashtag shop small business, hashtag support local business, hashtag Etsy, and hashtag Small Business Saturday. Now, you don't have to use all those hashtags, but for gosh sakes, use at least one of them. So start hashtagging your Instagram posts and your Facebook posts. Participate in all town sponsored events and let your customers know about the events that your town is throwing for the holiday season, and especially for Small Saturday, Shop Small Saturday. Run events in your own and promotions in your own store. And what do I mean by promotions? Guest celebrities, live music, refreshments, games and prizes or giveaways. But what I don't want you to do is try to compete with big box stores and give out doorbuster discounts that you can't afford to do. And it's not why the shoppers are shopping with you anyway. Shoppers that come out and shop with small businesses are there for a couple reasons. One is to support their community and their small businesses, because many of the small businesses are owned by their friends and neighbors and colleagues, and some of them are owned by their relatives. So they want to support the folks they know, not some big box that's headquartered in Bentonville, Arkansas, or Minneapolis, or Atlanta. They want to support businesses that are in their county, because the money stays in the county and gets spent over and over again. So that's really important. And make it about community. Celebrate holiday shopping again, and band together with your other stores and know their destination statements. Have a scavenger hunt or a passport campaign, but get people shopping in the whole town. I believe all boats rise with the tide. And the better a town works together, they thrive better than a town that's a bunch of disparate individual shop owners that don't talk to one another and don't do things with one another and don't shop and don't provide services and products and shopping as a community. Pick a local celebrity support. And the best way to say that is a portion of our proceeds this week or this Saturday will go to and name a local charity that you believe in and want to support. Make shopping easy online. Prepare your website for increased traffic and make it easy to shop online if that's what the customer prefers. And make sure you can execute on all 5 different ways a customer may want to get their product today. And what are those 5 ways? Well, there's shop online, pick up in the store, shop online, pick up curbside, shop online, have it locally delivered by your store, shop online, pick it up in the store, or shop online, have it shipped to them, or better yet, shop in the store like they used to. Listen, people love holiday shopping, and it's time to sell with joy. And your mindset needs to be joyful and happy and energetic. And be prepared for the volume of returns in January and February, because people that shop online buy things they don't need to compare prices, to compare products, just to keep a couple of them and send the rest back. So just be aware of that. And what does remember the 4 C's mean? This is what the consumer thinks about today. The number 1 C is convenience. They want a convenient place to shop, whether it's in your store or at the curb or on your website. But they want convenience. Second, they want caution. They want a safe place to shop. They don't want to catch the virus, so they want a safe place to shop. Third, they want you to believe in causes and be sustainable and be all inclusive and be cognizant of how your manufacturer's employees are treated, and are they treated fairly. And they want you to stand for things bigger than just selling a product to a customer. They want you to believe in what's the word I'm looking for? Eco-friendly. Okay? So, and then lastly, it's community. So the 4 C's are convenience, caution, cause, and community. And make sure you're visible in your community. Okay, those are my 10 tips, last minute tips for a Small Business Saturday. Reconnect with your why and package your special sauce for the holidays. What the heck is special sauce? Well, I travel the country and I go to lots of towns, and, I spend a great deal of time traveling in Virginia. And people also often ask, and this is what I say, because it's the truth. I can, every town I go to, I can find somebody that's doing just fine. They're way ahead of last year. They pivoted well. They're having their best year ever. And people say, well, why are they being successful when other folks are having trouble? And, we're in the middle of coming out of a pandemic and, all those things. And I say, well, it's their secret sauce. And you say to yourself, secret sauce, what's that mean? It's what they do within the four walls of their store that make them different and better than everybody else. It's usually the owner's personality or the manager of the store's personality, but it's something they do that makes the store endearing to everybody that comes through the front door. And they've trained their staff to be just as endearing as they are. They have positive energy. They send out positive vibes. They're excited about what they do. They love what they do. They've rediscovered why they get up every day and come to this store that they've created. They've decided to work for themselves and they're proud of it. And they want to share it with their friends, neighbors, colleagues, and relatives. So that's what the secret sauce is. It's people leaving your store going, oh my God, they treated me just like family. And for your best customers, your top 20%, they know that you're a personal shopper for them year round, that you keep shopping history. You know what they like, you know what they don't like, and you know what they've bought in the past. So your recommendations for what to buy for gifts and what to buy going forward is well informed. You're their own secret shopper. So that's what secret sauce is about. It's about what you are in the business of feelings. You're not in the business about selling product. You're not in the commodity business. Leave that to the chain stores and the big boxes. People that come to shop with you are looking for unique products and, just as importantly, a unique experience. And that's what you have to offer them, because that's why they're coming. They can sit at home now and buy almost anything they want from Amazon. But that's not what they want to do. They want a Christmas shop like they used to. Okay. What is your value proposition? Are you and your staff clear on why the customer should shop with you? You need to know this. And it's not an elevator pitch. It's not a pitch. It's the embodiment of why you're in business. So I want to go through a quick exercise with you. And I'm going to have you, if you have one of these, I want you to put it in the Q&A box. And if you don't have one, I want you to take a minute or two and think about it and see if you can come up with. And it's called a destination statement. And my good friend and colleague in Colorado, John Schaller, often talks about a destination statement. And this is part and parcel what this is. And it's a statement that typically starts with, I am the only business in, and then claim the real estate that you can claim. Say, I'm the only business in my town. I'm the only business in my county. I'm the only business in this state. I'm the only business in the United States. I'm the only business in the world, because you're now a global business when you're online. That, and I want you to finish the sentence. And it ought to be what you do differently or better or have better than anybody else in your town or in the country. And it might be things like, I'm the oldest store in town. I've been open for over 100 years. Or I'm the only store in town that has 3 generations worth of people running this operation. But see if you can come up with that, because it's incredibly important. It should be the backdrop of your mindset and everything you do in your store. I am the only business in Culpeper. I'm the only business in Galax. I'm the only business in Leesburg. I'm the only business in this town that. So with that said, is there anybody that wants to put their destination statement in the Q&A box? Is there anybody that wants to share it? I'll give you a second. Take a breath. Write some things down. You know, what you write down, you remember. So make sure you're making a few notes. And I pride myself in giving you things that are actionable and can improve your business. So, Amanda, do we have anybody putting anything in the Q&A?
Yeah, we're getting some stuff in the chat, in the Q&A. Yeah.
And are you going to share those with us?
Yeah. Kayla, do you want to read?
Give them a minute or two. Some of you might want to grab a cup of coffee or a diet beverage like I do. You with me so far, gang? You with me or against me?
I think we can read some of them, start reading some of them off.
Okay, Amanda, why don't you do that?
Yeah. Well, I think Kayla's going to read them here for us.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. We've got from Erica Mitchell, we have, I'm the only business in Fluvanna that offers locally crafted fine arts. And
Perfect.
Melissa Marshall, we have, I'm the only business in Berryville that designs unique, locally themed graphic apparel. Sounds very cool.
Beautiful.
And from Megan Martin, we have, I'm the only business in Lexington that offers to personally connect with guests to properly outfit them for their adventures. And another one just came in from Leah Williams. I'm the only business in the Charlottesville area that sells rocks and crystals from an educated and metaphysical perspective.
Love them. Love it. Everybody needs to have one. So take some time to think, huh?
We have one from Orville Overton who says, Southern Virginia Gardens, the only store in Lee County with organic gardening and hydroponic supplies.
Awesome. Is there anybody out there that's the only store in the world that does something?
We have Rob who says we're the only business in town that sells a Gus burger.
There you go. This is for restaurants too. You know, you might have a signature dish that no one else does, you know? So it's real important. Here's the other exercise I want you to do when you have time. I want you to sit down with a blank piece of paper, and I want you to have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. And I want you to write down on this piece of paper everything that you think someone puts in their browser window to find you. Because the other task that I have is I want you to be on the first page of Google results, because everybody Googles everything. And I want you to be on the first page of results. And in order to do that, you have to use good keywords. And keywords are words that people use to find you. So write down all the keywords you think people put in their browser window to find you, and use them over and over again in all your posts on Instagram and Facebook, and all your verbiage on your website, and all your emails, and everything that you do. Make sure you're using your keywords. The other way to get on the first page of results, and this is something that I teach that is, kind of most people don't know, but it works. If you take your destination statement and you put it into a video, and the video has to be 30 seconds or less, because that's the attention span of an adult. But if you take that video and then embed it onto the homepage of your website, and you do that by uploading it onto YouTube, and then YouTube will show you how to put it on your website. I'm not going to tell you how to do that now, but just type into YouTube, how do I put a video on my homepage of my website? And there's a dozen videos showing you how. But anyways, who owns YouTube anyways? Amanda, do you know who owns YouTube? Is anybody in the Q&A box?
Yeah, I guess that's Google, right?
It is Google. So here's the deal. If you put a video on your website, Google will find you before any of your competitors that don't have a video. Why? Because their search bots look for video first because they own YouTube. So the mere fact that you put a video on your homepage will get you closer to being on the first page of results. And Americans don't look past the first page. So you need to be there because that's how businesses get found. And my adage, my battle cry for 11 years or 12 years now has been get found and be open. It's all about getting found. And that's done with Google. Okay, you with me? Great. Let's move on. Why does your why matter now? Well, there's a phenomena going on. I don't know if you've read about it, but it's all over the internet. It's called languishing. What the heck is languishing? It's COVID languishing. It's that notion that some of us just don't feel 100%. Some of us feel worn out. Some of us feel tired. Some of us feel lackluster. Why? Because COVID has beat us up emotionally and physically. And for that reason, we're just kind of in a funk and we need to get out of it. And we need to get out of it now because you only have 6 weeks left of the biggest selling season of the year. And retail experts are predicting a stronger than ever holiday sales and competition for sales this year. Now, I told you that 80% of people plan on supporting small business. Well, 50% plan to shop in person. So the latest stat on online versus physically shopping in your store is 50-50. That means your website has to be as good as your store. And you have to pour your secret sauce onto your website. The website has to be endearing and as exciting and as entertaining as your store is. And the holiday season will be exhausting for all of us. And that's why your why is more important than ever for us, for all of us. So, second point, embrace best practices that work. If you want me to back up and show you the first point, it's reconnect with your why is one. Number two, embrace best practices that work. What do I mean by that? Well, the first best practice that works in this environment is omnichannel and all channel. What does that mean? It means you have to be able to reach the customer no matter where they hang out. So they're going to hang out on Instagram, they're going to hang out on websites, they're going to hang out on Google, they're going to hang out on they're going to read emails, they're going to look at ads, they're going to listen to the radio. So omnichannel, the 5 ways customers may want to get their products. So website marketing and social media, e-commerce websites, shipping, delivery, and BOPS. What's BOPS? Buy online, pick up in store. And you know what? The decision or the future is kind of up in the air for buy online, pick up curbside. And why is that? Because most people are ready to come out and buy from you in your store. You know, the big box Costco, you're aware of Costco. They stopped curbside because they just recognize the fact that most of the customers they have would rather come into the store than pick up their product at the curb. They want to see what else is in the store. And I hope that's the way the customers feel about you. They need, 67% of people that buy online and pick up in the store buy something else in the store when they come to pick up their product. So that's what's going on this year. And it's definitely safer to shop in your store this year than it was a year ago. Merchandising for the holidays. I have a whole seminar on it. But what are some of the high points of merchandising during the holiday season? Well, you got to be full. And in order to be full today with today's supply chain issues, you had to order your products for Christmas and holiday shopping months ago. But you may be still getting stuff in. I mean, now is better than never. And even in December is better than never. So is your store clean and safe and antiseptic? And does it look clean from outside? And do you have some signage that says, these are the things we've done to make sure we're safe and antiseptic for you to shop? So, make sure the customer knows put messages on your website, because 9 out of 10 people go to your website before they ever walk through your door. So any message that you want a customer to know about, like some stores have shopping appointments, virtual shopping appointments, either online or in the store, by you going onto their website and reserving a time to shop. So shopping by appointment is very popular. And you can either shop online with the customer via Zoom or Facebook Live, where you can shop with the customer in the store for a half an hour, 45 minutes of undivided attention just for them, because you've reserved that time for them. Are your best gifts and holiday products prominently displayed? Do you know that 40% of what you sell is as a result of it being in your window? So think about placement, think about traffic flow, think about hot spots, think about slow spots, think about lighting, think about dark spots, think about highlighting. Here's another thing. Have some of your best products pre-wrapped. What do I mean by that? Well, the 80-20 rule, 20% of your products produce 80% of your volume. Well, think about that 20% and pre-wrap some of your best selling products. So make a pyramid of pre-wrapped and then put one of them unwrapped in front of the pyramid. Dudes love it. I'll take 7 of those. I'll take half. I'm going to fill all my stocking stuffers. Here, I want 5 of these. I want 5. They love it. Have them available online as well. Have pre-wrapped gifts available online. The other thing you ought to have is free gift wrapping. And if you don't have the manpower or the staffing, and staffing is another issue we'll talk about, but hire a group, allow a group who wants to make donations for their club or group to do the gift wrapping for you. So set up a card table for gift wrapping and offer free gift wrapping. And some towns offer free gift wrapping in an empty location in town where everybody can get their gifts wrapped. These are the kinds of things that you offer that make you one of a kind, that make you unique. The definition of unique is one of a kind. Hot spots, dead spots. Is your signage effective? Did you get the small business Saturday signage from American Express and the doormat? Do you have it hung? And do you have a lot of point of sale signage inside the store? And are you practicing 6-foot distancing? Are the stickers still on your floor? And if they are, then, instruct customers that you're still asking them to give everybody a safe space. But some stores aren't doing that anymore. Some stores aren't wearing masks. Some are. It's still an awkward time. People don't know what to do. But allow the customer to do what they want. In Virginia, there is no mask mandate. I think they've put the mask mandate back up in Maryland. And that's why you see people wearing masks that you might ask, well, why are they, they're from Maryland or they haven't been vaccinated yet. So anyways, merchandising. Shipping's a big deal, especially if you're doing more e-commerce. So I think you ought to know the weight of your best-selling products and know how much it'll cost to ship it. I think you ought to consider flat rate shipping options. I think it should be easy for customers to track their shipment. You should have online shipping available, and communicate your return policy and make it easy for customers to mail back returns. And on this slide, I have an example of a homepage of somebody's website. And look at that list. It's all the deadlines for holiday shipping. Free ground shipping, FedEx second day, FedEx overnight, UPS priority, USPS priority, USPS priority military. So clearly and prominently communicate shipping deadlines and work in buffers for unexpected delays. So, we just don't know what kind of bottleneck there'll be this year, but everybody's saying that shipping will be an issue. And everybody's been talking about shopping early this year because of the supply chain issues. The other thing about local and buying locally produced products is they're not on some tanker ship out on the West Coast waiting to be unloaded. They're already here. And products made in the USA aren't on a boat. So there's lots of reasons to celebrate different things. And I want you to be in a celebratory mood. And I think you ought to be celebrating with yourself, your staff, and your customers. Okay? 5 simple strategies for the holidays. Creative strategy number 1, and that should be about inventory, e-commerce, and staffing. Focus on customer service, create a personalized experience. What I mean by that is you have history on your best customers of what they bought. And you ought to use that as a way to be better prepared to coach them through what they should be buying for the holidays. And, the other thing I always did at Christmas, and you ought to be always doing, and you ought to train your staff to do, you ought to say, how about one for yourself? Because most people give gifts they'd like to own themselves. There's nothing wrong with saying, I can see how much you love this product. Or I can see how much you love this blouse or trinket or gadget or whatever. Why don't you get one for yourself? You deserve it. Dress up your windows and your website. And share and serve, don't sell. What do I mean by that? I think you ought to take a mindset of service as opposed to selling. And the selling comes with the service. And it just means, be empathetic. You don't know what, everybody's going through some kind of struggle you know nothing about. So the best way is to be kind and be inquisitive. People want to talk right now. They want to socialize. They want to be around other people. So serve and sell. Serve. Capture your secret sauce. Market your brand. Educate and engage your community. So, embrace the omni-channel experience that works for you and your customers. You with me? I hope so. Last point, be prepared for the new and unexpected. What to expect this holiday season? What's different? Well, here's 2 perspectives that the customer may have. And you don't know what perspective they have until you ask some questions. And what kind of questions do you ask? You ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are questions that can't be answered by yes or no. And they all start with who, what, where, when, how, and why. So some folks are out for the fun of it and the experience. And big boxes and big retailers and TV ads, I don't know if you've noticed it so far during the season, but holiday marketing campaigns are emphasizing time with loved ones, not product. They're talking about the holiday experience and gathering with friends and neighbors and the experience of the holidays and getting close to people again. And so they're talking about the whole festive feeling and the whole holiday experience. And major retailers are curating their holiday experiences that feel safe enough. For example, many stores that have Santas, you're not sitting on Santa's lap this year. You're staying 6 or 10 feet away, and you're telling Santa what you want without sitting on his lap. That's just an example of major retailers curating the holiday experience so that it's safer. That's an example. So you have the whole experience and fun side, and then you have the functional side of holiday shopping. The functional side is they've got to get gifts, and they have 6 weeks to do it now. And there's an urgency. We've been telling everybody to shop early because of supply chain issues. Community and crowd wisdom and preferences directing major retailers how to respond. And the future of curbside is to be determined. People who want to stay home are staying home, but people that want to go out are actually going out and want to go to the stores. So what's the sweet spot for small retail? Offering a holiday shopping experience that combines fun and function. Make it fun, but make it easy. I haven't even said this yet, and it's critical. Frictionless, contactless payment procedures. People don't want to touch anything. So on your website and in your store, have contactless payment procedures. And your point of sale system should have that available. If it doesn't, make sure you take Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, all the different pay services. Make sure you can accommodate them. So that's another tidbit. Did you say that again? No, that was my watch talking back to me. Plan. Look closely at your 2020 numbers. Inventory, marketing, engagement practices. What worked and what didn't last year? What was easy and what was hard? What risks were worth it? Know your 2021 deadlines, shipping deadlines, product coming in deadlines, whether you can get back into your hot product or not. And above all, expect the unexpected, because we just don't ever know what's going to happen. And everybody has a different perspective. And some people are still worn out from the pandemic. Hybrid holidays, the story versus the experience. Capture the holiday spirit, even virtually. Remind people again why to shop with you and why it's important. Be empathetic. Understand the customer's mindset, joys, fears, and frustrations. Focus on the channels that work for you. So some of the pundits have said, 50% of the holiday shopping this year is going to be done online. I don't expect small, independently owned stores to do 50% of their business online. If you do, Godspeed. I mean, that's terrific. But if you take your online sales from 0 to 5%, which is probably what it is now, to 15 or 20%, that's a huge increase. But if you do most of your business in your store, physically in your four walls, then focus on that. But capitalize on your strengths and minimize your weakness. And display and celebrate partnerships and thank partners and community members. Look, thank the postman, thank the UPS guy, thank the FedEx guy, thank the town, the chamber, the economic development peoples for having bigger events than what you're having in your store and getting the town ready to really take full charge of the holidays and do as much business as possible. So it's a thankful time too. So be grateful and be thankful. Shoot, it's Thanksgiving after all, and don't go it alone. Wrap the town's story into yours. Small towns and communities are event driven. Seek out your town's promotional schedule around the holidays, around their website or social media and their Facebook events, and seamlessly integrate those into your store so that you're not an afterthought. You're part of the town's events. And on top of that, you have your own events going on, your contests, your raffles, your giveaways, all those things. And speak knowledgeably about others in your town and empower them to speak knowledgeably about you. It's a great time to share your destination statements amongst all of you. Your customer is just like you and me. People just like us, not predictable, but most generally are supportive of small and local businesses. But they expect big box perks. Most people, whether you're a small mom and pop or independently owned, they expect quick shipping and easy returns, just like they get from the big boxes. The average customer expects 2-day delivery, whether it's from you or from Amazon. They expect big box perks. Not always easy to do, not even doable, but do the best you can possibly can. And then the socioeconomic divide has changed spending patterns. The ultra fortunate or wealthy, the top 5%, are buying luxury items this year. Luxury items are a hot commodity. But the rest of the country, the middle class and below, they're thrifting and value driven. And the divide is bigger than it's been in the last 10 years. So know that, know your customer, know who it is, and cater to them. And just know you never know what someone's going through when they walk through your door. So just be kind. Oop. Your team, hiring during these challenging times. Look beyond your traditional selling molds. Be creative in staffing. Ask your staff what they're looking for. Many times the staff is looking for more flexibility in their scheduling and don't want 10-hour days every day of the week. They need some time for their family, and it's the holidays. So most people working in retail and restaurants during the holidays know about long hours, but the enlightened owner is figuring out ways to slice and dice that scheduling so more people fit into the process, because there are more people that have decided not to be in the service or restaurant business because it's difficult and it takes long hours. So with the folks that want to work there and folks that typically wouldn't, design things for them to do, like have someone that's not good, that's an introvert, not good with dealing with the public, have them manage your social media, or have them manage all your shipping, or have them wrapping everything pre-wrapped. Look for a retiree that's looking for an opportunity to be a greeter. A greeter in a store is a great thing. Most mom and pops can't afford it, but if you have even a relative that's willing to be friendly and at the front door, a greeter's a good thing. Maybe there's someone that wants to do your local deliveries. The customer feels the safest way to get a product today is for you to deliver it to their home from your store, not through a carrier. So know that's important too. And take a step back and celebrate how far you've come and how far you plan to go, and this will ripple through your entire business. Passion, planning, and perseverance are why you're doing this. What are you going to do and how? Questions? Comments? Anything anybody wants to share with their colleagues? You know, I believe you guys can train each other better than I can train you. But anyways, thank you for coming. Do we have any questions, any comments? I know there's a webinar evaluation, but look at these web addresses here. We're having another one of these on December 6th, you know, as you get through Small Business Saturday, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday, we'll have another one of these and talk a little bit about what's going on during the holiday season already. And help at virginiasbdc.org or virginia.org/training. What do we got? Anything?
We have one question. Do you have any recommendations on getting your staff to share in your passion for the business?
Well, it's something that is done through osmosis. So to get a staff, up, passionate, enthusiastic, excited about your store and your product and your culture has to come from you. And you have to get them excited. And it really goes all the way back to hiring. You need to hire people that are already in love with your culture and already love your product. That's why some say some of your part-time employees come from being customers of yours. Some of your customers make your best part-time employees because they already love what you sell and love the culture of your store. But it permeates the entire store and process. So it's about creating a culture in your store that spreads like wildfire. And that takes reinforcement and feedback. And the best way to get positive performance is to reward them or give them positive feedback. People will go beyond their expectations or your expectations if they're simply appreciated and told that they're doing a good job and why it was a good job. So feedback and creating a culture that's exciting.
And anyone else, if you have any more questions, you feel free to put it in the Q&A box. Also, I just launched the poll. If you could help us by filling out this evaluation, so we can get some great feedback. And we got a thank you from Megan in the chat. Thank you so much. This was incredibly helpful.
Can you do? Is there somewhere where they could email a question if they think of it later that you could get to me?
Amanda, is there a specific email that would be good for providing feedback afterwards?
Well, they could send us an email at help@virginiasbdc.org, or Mark, if you want to share.
They can email me, Amanda.
Yeah, well, share your email with us.
Marc@virginiasbdc.org, and then Mark is with a C. Just email me. I'll talk to you.
Perfect.
We got another question. What are some things to cheaply market specials?
Facebook. You ought to be using social media. I mean, you really should have your customers trained to go to your Facebook page. You ought to be posting daily, by the way, if not daily, many times during the day. But the best way to market specials and products are, hey, I got social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. But here's a good idea. Have you ever heard of Red Envelope? It's a campaign you'd have to do right away, but you send your best customer, you have to have their mailing address. And by one of the things I forgot to mention in my tips for the holidays is collect customers' data. Get as many people's email addresses as you can during the holidays for future promotions and sales when you need traffic in January and February. But red envelope, you send your customers a red envelope, and it instructs them not to open it unless they bring it to the store to open it. And when they bring it to the store and they open it, they see what the promotion is. They see what they get. It might be a free gift. It might be a free discount. It might be a bundling package. By the way, the best way to go on sale during the holidays is bundling. You know, I don't want you to be 40% off, but I want you to be buy one, get one 50% off, because your markdown's only 25%, but the customer sees 50 off. And the customer's motivated by 50 off, not so motivated by 10% or 20%. It's just not meaningful enough. There's too many big boxes doing doorbusters. So instead, do bundling. It's the way you can afford markdowns. Okay.
We got a comment about Canva. Canva is an app with a free trial. You can create some super nice marketing material, user-friendly.
Absolutely true. Canva's fabulous. And if you don't know about Canvas, ask one of your part-time employees that's in their 20s. They probably know. Or 30s. You know, the other advice I have, hire skill sets you don't have. So if you're not good at social media, hire somebody that is.
I'm going to see if there's any more questions, but until then, I'd like to let everyone know that you will all receive an email with a link to the recording and also the slides. And if you'd like to sign up for upcoming webinars or access our recorded webinars, please visit virginiasbdc.org/training. You can also access our website, the COVID Business Recovery Center, which we developed to help owners not only continue business operations, but to thrive and recover. These resources are designed to be used in collaboration with your local SBDC advisors. And you can sign up for free and confidential sessions by emailing help@virginiasbdc.org or on our website.
I just want to emphasize one thing. SBDC advisors are at no cost. They're non-judgmental, and everything is 100% confidential. Why wouldn't you use the SBDC? It's a conundrum I can't answer. We're the best kept secret in America.
It looks like there are no more questions. So thank you all for attending, and thank you, Mark, for this very wonderful Monday morning presentation.
Oh, goodness. Just have a good holiday and have fun. And be kind. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great holiday and good luck with all of your holiday endeavors.
Beautiful.